Liberals, I'm talking to you. I'm talking about the blatantly cheating that's going on. And we're going to start off by going over some past elections. I'm going to show you the numbers for you to understand. There's no denying this. Let's go back to 2004. 2004, George Bush won. Look at the total votes. 4,839,252. Okay? The registered voters was 7,164,047. Okay? That's 68%. That's pretty the highest it's ever been in Michigan, ever. But I'm going to show you a trend. And if you go farther back, you'll see the trend that I'm talking about. And we're going to go over, just very important. We're going to do this quickly. Okay, let's go to 2008. Okay, total number of votes. You see the votes right there. Is 4,953,496. That's total votes. Okay? The registered voters have went up almost 300,000. It's 7,470,764 votes. And the registered total people that voted that was registered was 66%. And the total vote increased by 100,000. By 100,000 total votes increased. So let's go to 2012. Okay, total votes is 4,717,490. Now the total votes from the past election in 2008 had dropped about 200,000. The total number of registered voters were down also by 20,000. It's 7,453,553. That's 63% of registered voters showed up to vote. See the number? It dropped. Okay, it dropped from 8% to 2%, and then it dropped to 3%. If you look way past, keep going, it never increases or drops more than 4%. Never happened more than 4%. Michigan never had anything above 68% if you look at the history, and they never jumped by huge margin. If they went up, the percentage of registered voters went up, it always would go up like 4% or 3%, 2% or 1%. And same thing when it drops. It doesn't drop dramatically. It's 4%, 3%, 2%, or 1%. And I'll show you another example. In 2012, okay, take a look at 2012. You see the results. You see the numbers. You can count it. 4,824,260 people voted. It's up by 100,000. Keep that in mind. Up by 100,000. The registered people who registered vote is up a little, almost 100,000, but more like about 60,000 actually. It's up by 7,514,055 votes. That's about 60%. 60 more thousand registered voters. That went up to 64% of registered people that registered voted by 1%. Nothing huge here. So we're at 64%. Okay? Keep in mind, nothing jumps more than 4%. Nothing goes down more than 4%. And you can see the trend. I mean, like I said, you can go back since Michigan's been voting to keep record, you will see that this trend, you'll see the trend. Well, I mean by 4%, 3%, but the most. I mean, that's what it does. Now we are here in 2020. Oh, the numbers changed. I got to add, and I got to change my formula now. Okay. So our total votes are, let's see, let's look at the total votes. Okay, I'm just putting these numbers in to get the total amount of votes. It changed by a few thousand, but you know, you can do the math with me. Make sure I ain't screwing nothing up. So we're gonna go over this. Okay, whoops, sorry, hit the wrong button. I hate doing that, but we're going to go over this. I was recalculating what I already calculated, but the numbers changed. I don't know why I was doing that. You know. And these probably change later too. As of right now, 5,533,244 people. Keep in mind what I last election. That's almost 1 million more people voted. Something ain't right here, people. Something ain't. It's if you look at the numbers, it's normally no more than 100,000, 150 extra votes. Okay, your registered voters for that is 7,748,000 and 341. It's up almost 200,000. Okay, but yet you get up almost 200,000. You get 1 million more votes. It doesn't make no sense. Listen, it doesn't. That is a 72% of people registered voted. 72% is what they're saying. It jumped up 8%. You know, when Mark McGwire started hitting more home runs than he did in the past, people said pretty much knew he was cheating. When an athlete starts outperforming what they normally do, what they're known for, the numbers don't lie. That means that there's something ain't right. Jumped 8%. Over 1 million more votes. And this has not happened. I haven't checked out the other ones. You know, Wisconsin, when I went to bed at 2 a.m. in the morning, I checked these battlegrounds out. And I looked at Wisconsin, and I'm like, okay. I checked past elections, tried to come up with a number, how many votes may still be out there. And they were at 91%, and Trump was only winning by 150,000. And the county that they were still voting in, that most of the numbers ain't come back, was mostly Democrat. And I checked the numbers back, checked the numbers out. And sure enough, I felt like Biden was going to take Wisconsin. I felt like there was enough numbers there to outstanding votes that Biden would take Wisconsin. I'm going to check because I heard other things about it. I'm going to check into I haven't checked Wisconsin's. But like I said, what happened in Wisconsin, I pretty much expect. But Michigan, Trump was up by 500,000 votes at 2 a.m. in the morning. And I checked the numbers. It was at 91%. Checked the numbers about how many people voted, compared to past elections. And, gave an extra 150,000 votes that may still be out there. 100,000 votes may still out there. And there was no way in hell Joe Biden was going to pass him up. No way. No way in hell Joe Biden was going to pass him out. There was no way. Same thing in Pennsylvania. No way. I haven't checked, like I said, I ain't checked the other background, and I'm going to. I'm going to look at it. And it's funny that the states that everybody knew that Biden was going to win and Trump was going to win, They weren't toss-up states. They all got everything in. They didn't have to stop it, which you never heard of. Let's stop counting and come back in the morning and recount with Trump ahead. We'll come back and do this. Never heard this before. And all of a sudden, boom, Trump ain't ahead. Something fishy is going on there. These other states that pretty much everybody knew was going to happen, they had no problems. This battleground states where Democrat governors were ahead or in charge of, they changed the way mail-in ballots was to be handled. 9 days after election and stuff like that. You don't have. It doesn't make no sense to me. It was being manipulated, but all suddenly, Trump's winning, and we're about to count the mail-in votes. Oh, look what we got in the mail-in votes. Trump ain't winning. That's BS. Why can't they count the mail-in votes first, like a lot of states did, and then the early voting, and then the in-person voting? Oh, we got to make sure we received all the ballots, and some of them's given a couple of days for it to show up. That's BS. It's a way to steal election. They seemed like they had a plan. They felt confident that according to our polls, Joe Biden's up. And listen, these people's been saying, we're going to make sure that what happened in 2016 will not happen in 2020. We're going to do we're going to do everything and anything to keep 2016 to happen again. We're going to make sure it doesn't happen. Well, they did have a plan, people, and it was called COVID fell in their lap, and they figured out a way to cheat. These ballots, it's just funny that all of a sudden he had enough. And like I said, the numbers don't lie. 8% is a huge jump. A huge jump. 71% has never happened before. And if it was at 68% last year of registered voters, and then it was at 71%, then you can say it's in line with the numbers. That went up 3%. Like I said, when you see a athlete outperforming what he normally his trend is by a lot, when he's not getting a few more tackles, he's getting a lot more tackles, a lot more sacks than he's ever did. Always hit more home runs than he ever did. Everybody knows that there's cheating going on. And some of you liberals out there know it is, and y'all don't care. Because I've had a talk with him. Oh, admitted. Oh, wait, it's obvious. Cheated. Agreed with my opinion. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, the Democrats cheated. And I'm glad they did, is what they tell me. Anything to get them out. The deal is, now it has to be proven. And that's the harder point. This, just like everybody knew Mark McGwire was doping because of the stuff. Nope, that's just accusation. There's something funny going on. But they had to prove it. And they never did prove it. Mark McGwire finally admitted to it. But, now the tricky part is the Trump team to go in and prove the blatant cheatness that has happened. Like I said, they wouldn't even let Trump's team in there for the county. Why? So, hopefully we can figure this out. Like I said, I was never mad when Bill Clinton won, even though I hated him. Was not mad Obama won, which I think his policies grievance. It was just bad. If it was up and up, went to mail-in ballots, and Biden won, I wouldn't be mad about it. Think, oh great, it's a mistake. I've never been upset about an election, but I'm so upset about this election because it was blatantly cheatness. They cheated. They told us they were going to cheat, and they did cheat. But what can I say? If you like my video, please subscribe, hit a thumbs up, and I will be doing other videos on there. I just got to do some research. Don't like to come here without research to see if there was cheating, or maybe there wasn't. Like I said, Wisconsin, I'm going to check into it. I think Wisconsin fell the way I thought it was going to fall. I'm not going to say Wisconsin's yet. I'm on research because a lot of people has been talking about some things in Wisconsin. So, like I said, hit like, let me know about it. Thank you. Have a good day.